Last time on D&D, we hung around the town of Calamane for a while. You guys headed east outside of the town to have Celia once again try to triangulate your position to this magic that you're hoping is what you're going toward, or what you're wanting to go towards. When she did that, she spun for a while and thought and concentrated. Some giant pits erupted out of into the ground around you. Van fell in. Joe, I believe, almost fell in, or was Kabar fell in, and then Kabar jumped out. A few moments later, a portal to hell opened, and a gigantic demon shadow appeared, which then turned out to be a decrepit old imp, which walked on a cane. It came out of the portal and told you that you would all soon be dead, and that it was an all-powerful demon. You guys kind of swarmed it and felt bad as you beat it down while it tried to hit you with its cane. Finally, you guys knocked it over unconscious, trying to decide what to do with it. Kabar started rifling through whatever it had, which it didn't seem to have a whole lot. It woke up while Kabar was doing this, and then Kabar stomped on it to make it fall unconscious once again, until Van tossed it into one of the giant pits, and you guys just walked away. And everyone felt a little awkward.
What do you have as my max hit points?
128.
That's a lot.
120?
Of hit points.
120.
Sounds about right.
I have 102 hit points with my 10. Feels good.
Let's see.
You guys are catching up.
After that, you guys did a little bit of shopping, and you talked around, asked the dockmaster where you could get a ship to sea, and he wasn't really sure what you were looking for because you guys were being incredibly vague. Eventually,
We don't know.
eventually he pointed you in the direction of the Cuttlefant and Captain Urson. And he was willing to take you out into deep waters to hunt sea monsters, until finally he deduced that you were actually looking for a very dangerous location that was nearly 400 miles offshore, a selection of islands which are notoriously hard to navigate that are shrouded in a heavy fog, as well as they have a very dangerous reef around them. Very few people attempt to even go that far, and also
Weren't they kind of legendary? Like,
yeah,
a
very
lot of
few
people didn't believe.
A lot of people didn't even believe they were there because they were so far out. No one really even tries to go there. So it's not a well-known spot, and there's really no reason to go there other than to try to get yourself killed. It's not even on your map.
Sit up here?
Yeah,
I made a dot.
It's like way up there.
Made a dot.
To scale, it doesn't fit on the map.
That's where it is.
So, out on the water for a couple of days, you guys started to get a little antsy and dealing with the tug and pull of the water. Eventually, a ship showed up on the horizon, speeding straight forward for you at surprisingly swift speed. Finally, Renleth got too scared and he fireballed it, and then a bunch of Grell started pouring out of the hold of that ship, which are giant floating brains with tentacles. They floated across and besieged your ship, along with random water creatures, and then a giant brain in a jar appeared, which almost killed Kabar, but with his fighter resilience, he was able to deflect the psychic assault, which then Van destroyed the thing instantly using a blight spell, which shriveled it up into a little acorn. And then a giant Grell captain pirate erupted out of the hold of the ship and tossed the brain jar at Kabar, while Kabar was being carried off to the ship. The surviving Grell then sped away, while Kabar had to break free and kill them all. As the ship began to sink, Kabar went down into the hold, found treasure, and decided to take one great axe before launching himself out with his ring of jumping, and then being rescued by Bird Renleth, who had polymorphed.
Thank you. Also epic.
And after that, we basically had the rest of the ship as mostly uneventful, just normal ship travel.
Really, not that many of our crew died.
Yeah, a couple of the crew died, but it wasn't too bad.
Mostly the women.
Non-essential.
So,
just
non-essential.
how Van likes it. Getting rid of more women.
Hey, maybe Van is asexual or pansexual. You don't know.
It's pansexual.
He spent a lot of time alone in the swamp. 50 years. Let's just leave it at that.
Maybe he's asexual, maybe he's homosexual, maybe we don't know.
Maybe he's just into those.
Maybe he just hates women.
What are those? What are those creatures in the grove called?
Nymphs?
The grove where we had Jonathan's thing.
Oh, Klaxons.
Yeah,
What
he's
the
just
fuck
into
is a
Klaxon.
Those were the plant people. In the Druid.
They're really annoying.
Van would try it.
Thought you were a god.
100%.
Yeah, the ones that thought, no, he was an ancestor, which was pretty
You know
much
what? I
about to
feel
them.
like if Van's going to retire, that's where he's going. He's just going to be like, I'm going to hang out with you guys. I'm going to be an ancestor.
I don't know. You seemed more annoyed with him than anything.
It did get old quick.
Yeah, they were grading.
And they really freak out when you light a fire with wood.
I mean, you didn't, like, bask in the glory that they gave you like Renlith would have. You just kind of felt awkward and uncomfortable.
Renlith basks in his own glory.
He doesn't need anybody.
He is a light
In
unto
fact, he
himself.
prefers nobody.
I mean, when you were the center of attention,
Nobody
you were just
else.
like, this is weird, don't like it.
Nobody else
Stop
delivers the
talking
glory,
to
just
me.
like Renlith.
Leave me alone.
I was like, you're like, just stop talking to me. Please.
It's like, I don't need the fancy seat and place of honor, I'm just a furbolg.
Van just wants to make mushroom tea and smoke herbs in the swamp for the rest of his life. And then, this thing happened.
Alright, so
We're
that's
taking
our
a,
7-minute introduction.
we're taking a dinghy onto the island
Yes. So the ship itself is not able to get through the reef, and there's no dock large enough for that large of a ship either, because the docks are pretty small. They're just for small dinghies, essentially, and small fishing vessels that don't go very far. Most of the vessels that come from this island stay within the reef, so they do mostly shallow fishing. So your dinghy takes you through the reef very carefully. The ship or the dinghy does get partially damaged, and you begin taking on water as you approach the dock, but it's luckily fairly slow filling, and with the help of Kabar, they enlist him to...
Wait, what happens?
They hit some of the coral
Oh, well,
and
I just
damage the boat.
do mending.
Well, that works too. They get a lot less careful after that, and you might wind up having to cast mending multiple times.
You guys can drive better. Stop letting the bar help.
I got this.
No, you don't.
I have proficiency.
So on the second day of the next month, you finally arrive at the Isles of Haze, and you land
It's only land
on
vehicles. That's why.
the largest isle, which is the Isle of Myst. Myst has one town. It's also basically the only town in the islands. There's a lighthouse that provides next to zero support and is only manned about 20% of the time. There's small docks. You guys dock at the furthest south dock over here. This is your map of
It looks really pleasant there.
it's not so
the
bad.
music is pretty pleasant too.
I feel like it's a Japanese RPG.
Oh god, yeah, it does sound like that.
So
Right before the bad guys show up and kill everybody.
So the south side is basically dock warehouses.
We're here now.
There's a center circle area of town. You can actually see that even from this distance, there's a large pillar that erupts from the center of town, and it's a stark white pillar that at the very top glows with a green color that actually gives off a green glow through about half the city. Further to the south, you can see that there is a large structure across the small channel. It rises up fairly high as well against a backdrop of some rocky cliff, and it looks like to be an ancient structure of stone. And then just houses littered about. There are fishermen mulling about, and looks like they're currently working the docks. Most of the boats are already out for fishing for the day, but there's still people at the dock that are doing general work. The dinghy crew waves you off and tells you, and the first mate is there, and he tells you that the ship will wait for you up to 7 days. But after 7 days, without word, they're returning regardless because you've already paid. And the captain has a message specifically for you that the first mate is told to relay, and he says that the captain told me that he better not lose any crew to this place, because there's another reason why captains don't like coming here, even the ones that have been here before. There's something about these isles, once someone gets here, they say it's blessed by the gods, and people just don't want to leave afterwards.
I tell the first man, I'm like, why the fuck didn't your captain tell us that on our way here? Is he a dramatic sort of guy? Is that why? You can tell him.
Well, he
No.
didn't think it was necessary.
But now he does.
Well, now you're...
I was going to ask if
Now you're
we
here.
learned any information about the islands on our way out here, but I guess we didn't talk to anyone until this moment.
Most of the crew...
Let's talk to none of those people.
Most of the crew have never been to these islands.
I wasn't expecting a city.
Right? Me neither. I was honestly not expecting it to be here. I thought that I was gonna.
About a city, Kamar.
I thought that I was gonna have to teleport everybody from the boat and just let them all die.
We already paid them though.
Yeah,
So it's fine if we just stay on.
I'm going to grab the money on the way out, but quickly to the treasure vault so we can teleport out.
Say it out loud.
Classic.
yeah. Most of the crew has never been to these islands, so they don't know. Evidently, only like less than a dozen of the crew have actually been here. One of those being the captain.
We're
So
about to become a sea chanty boys.
when Rinlith steps off the dinghy and he tells him that, he rolls his eyes and he's like, well, I guess the first order of business is to find whoever's in charge here, whatever noble's in charge here, so that he can give us whatever this gem is.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I don't agree with him.
So, Van wants to know if Renlith knows anything about making magic circles that don't move you from one place to another, but maybe keep something in one spot.
Something that just roots the thing in place.
Well, if something from another plane were to come here, you can keep it in one spot for a period of time.
Thorns, well,
No, like a magic circle that blocks it in a place.
Why are you doing snaring strike?
You should really just tell this to me via message, so you don't have to hear this.
oh. So I'll give Ranger Joe the battle axe of rage. Here.
The Raging Ranger.
Maybe you can make this
deceive
work. I'm not a computer guy.
How many times a day can you do it?
Once per day.
It's a once per day.
Oh.
So, I mean, basically,
Also, like, you really weapons very often anyway.
basically no. But I do have a wand of banishment with 3 charges.
Yeah, it's not going to do what it needs to do.
No.
I can grapple them.
Yeah, just have Kavar hold that for a while.
Kamar, jump into the group loop. I'll drag it to my inventory.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Take the little card and like put it on the TV.
Sure, I'll take it here.
Yeah,
This is the wrong one.
Chris said this is the wrong one. I'm not gonna give you this one.
I don't have one for that. You know what it does.
That's pretty
Something
funny.
about swinging and yelling? Got it.
Yep, you'll get it.
One of the
That
dock
was my
workers,
last world.
actually about 3 dock workers walk over to your group, and 2 of them talk to the sailors, while one of them looks at your group and says, "Oh, hello there. Nice day for fishing, ain't it?"
I wouldn't know. Who's in charge here?
I guess the wharf master.
He's in charge of this village?
Well, he's in charge of the docks.
Are the docks... Do the docks run the city?
Well, no, but the wharf master runs here, which is the docks.
Is there a mayor or a king or something?
Oh, the high noble. Oh, he lives in Myst Manor.
Myst Manor. That sounds
Myst Manor.
creepy.
Should have known.
But for the most part, he's just the I guess you could say the wealthiest person here. For the most part, we just listen to the temple clerics and priests.
Temple clerics and priests.
What kind of laws do you have here?
Oh, nothing really. Just don't cause any trouble and don't get lost in the wilderness. I mean, we try to keep a curfew to make sure that no one has any trouble with the mist. I mean, accidents don't happen here, but we still don't want to get lost and not be able to find our way home in the dark.
Tell me about this mist.
Oh well, it's not bad today. and you look around and
Does it kill people when it is?
you look around and you can see that the visibility's okay. I mean, you can see through about half the town, but you can tell that there's a low fog, and going off into the water, you can't even see the ship anymore. Like, it's just a wall of gray mist out there, and it's midday. Not that bad today, but the mist is always here. That's why it's mist.
Okay.
How can you miss it if it's never gone?
No, this is mist.
It's the wrong audience, man.
Clearly, my
This is
humor is
the
too
nicest.
highbrow for
This
this
is
place.
this is the nicest island, and we attribute that to the greenstone.
Tell me about this green stone.
The greenstone is he points over to the tall pillar that is giving off the green glow. The greenstone keeps everything in order.
What kind of stone is it?
I don't think I've ever seen it up close and personal. It's up top of a really high pillar. The clerics tend to it. They found it when we inhabited this isle. Yeah. They found it.
Where
they
are
found
these
it.
clerics?
I'm sorry.
If I wanted to talk to these clerics, where would I find them?
Oh, the Temple of the Gods, just south of town.
Got it. Any
What?
particular god or all
No,
of
the
them?
Temple of the Gods.
Which ones?
The gods,
All of them?
of course.
I don't. I'm just asking. Okay.
Mist embraces everyone, but I guess in particular, Kyla protects us with the greenstone.
Okay. Cool.
Kylo Ren.
At least that's what the
Kyle.
priest.
Kyle.
Yeah.
God damn
That's
it.
what the priest
The most
turtles
powerful god of them all,
The
Kyle.
what?
The priest turtles.
The priest turtles? I have to go see priest turtles.
No, the priest turtles.
I want those.
Please tell me these are turtles that are priests, right?
No, the priests. The turtles of the priests.
Oh, the priests own turtles?
Well, they don't own them. We live in harmony with them.
Like pets?
How big are these turtles?
He points to your dinghy.
How big are these turtles?
Probably about that size.
Where are they?
They're in the Temple of the Gods. Sometimes
Back up, boys. Let's go.
Sometimes they come out of the Temple of the Gods. Most of the time, they live there.
That's cool. You've been very helpful. Thank you. And I'll just throw 3 gold at him.
Thanks, Kyle.
Wow. Thanks.
Do they even spend that here?
Sure, we've got gold.
What about coconuts?
No coconuts. We have fields. All sorts of stuff. Everything seems to grow here.
Tomato.
Whenever you guys wouldn't happen to have new seeds, would you? Because we can.
Oh, I do.
Because in our fields, we're
I
always.
have an herbalism kit with all
We
kinds of
don't get
seeds.
traders very often, so we're pretty excited to see you guys here. But I know you guys don't look like traders. That's why most of them are talking to your sailors over there.
Who are you calling a traitor?
Is there someone I can trade seeds with?
Oh, we don't trade seeds. We try to get more seeds because everything grows on this island.
Well, I've got some. Oh man, yeah. Van might settle down and retire and start a farm. Van surf shop.
So as long as we can get new seeds,
That'd be cool.
we'll plant it and see how it is and what it is, and if it's good, we'll plant more.
How long does it take? Is it normal time take to grow?
Sure, half a season,
Okay, cool, fantastic.
normal time.
Wait, what? Half a season?
Right.
How long is the season here?
Oh, 3 months?
That's right. There's only 2 seasons a year.
No, there's 12 months.
Okay, I don't matter.
So about a month and a half.
Sweet. We're gonna do business. Where can I do that? Where can I sell seeds or give away or trade?
Oh, you could trade in the Market Square.
Is that near the Temple of the Gods?
I'm sorry?
Is that near the Temple of the Gods?
Well, I mean, everything's close in Myst, but the Market Square is in the center of town.
Oh, where the
Temple of
fountain-
the Gods is down south,
The fountain.
across the channel.
How do you spell mist?
We spell it
MYST.
MYST.
Excellent.
Really?
Oh.
MYST.
Just making sure.
Yes.
There's other.
Is there a library around here?
There's a lighthouse.
Well, if you're looking for books, you could try
Follow so many
the
bridges
Potion
here.
Brewer. I'm sure the Lord of Mist Manor probably has some books, and probably the Temple of the Gods, they've got some books too, but probably the biggest library would be the Pelennors.
That sounds
What's
familiar.
a Pelennor?
Oh no, who's Pelennor?
Who sounds really familiar? Where do I know that name?
It's he's got a tower up north of here.
Hang tight, everybody.
We're going to a
that's
wizard tower.
Okay, now yeah, gotcha.
Is he a wizard?
I'd say so.
Sorcerer?
I
Got a weird magic shit
Sure,
happens?
a wizard sorcerer.
Fantastic. Alright, cool.
Maybe a warlock sorcerer wizard.
We'll
Maybe.
find out. I don't know. Okay.
Man,
So I know
I'm
I'm
honest.
definitely
Whatever those words are you people use.
yeah, guys.
I don't know about the magics.
What do you mean, you people?
Orcs.
So sensitive.
Those
Pelennor.
creepy brain octopuses threw me off.
Those nutcracks.
So should we go to the temple, or should we go check out
Yes.
this town? Or what do you guys
Temple.
Should we go to the temple?
Yes, we should go to the temple.
Woohoo! We're going to the temple.
think? Shall we hail a cab?
Where are we now in relation to this map?
The dock?
I pointed. You guys are down here.
I pointed. Jesus. Okay.
I can see your mouse.
Oh,
I hate being so far away.
hold on. I got it. I got you. Wait.
So the southernmost dock.
Okay, that's way too big.
Somewhere in this general vicinity.
Just put Joe's token on there.
Well, there's no grid. So
This is a Venn diagram of where we are.
This is where we are, this is where we're not are. Wow.
Just know that we're on the island.
It's locked.
Is it an island? It looks like a
Oh, it's because
peninsula.
I'm doing it on the player view instead of the DM view.
Yeah, there's a is it a peninsula or an island?
Alright, sorry, I'm being stupid.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, you're the DM.
Here, I'll show my circle.
So did you say Peldon?
Pelennor.
Pelennor.
I don't know Pelennor.
That's the those towers that are like
You know
scattered
that
throughout.
Pelennord Inn is what you guys love,
Yeah.
but this is Pelennor. Very similar.
Wait, isn't that the name of the hotel we stayed at?
Pelennord. It's very similar.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
So we got Pelennord.
Pelennor,
Like,
Peldon.
how was it? I got Pelennord. It was intense.
This fuck.
It's intense.
Yeah, let's go to the
Here we
temple.
Yes.
And I would like to have war. Whoa.
What the fuck?
What is happening?
It is a giant ranger.
There
This
I am.
this campaign got so much better.
I love this axe.
I love that he has
Yeah, I like the
shadows, man.
That's nice.
That's Can we fight a giant
There's the
Rick
first
Joe?
one tank fight.
Oh, so it's a Ghostbuster situation, and the first thing Joe thinks about is himself, and we have to fight a giant Joe. I want this to happen.
Here, I'll
so
use
bad.
No, did we already do that before Jeff arrived?
I'll use Celia's token to represent you guys.
Wonderful.
I love how
I was going to throw
Oh,
her in, but like,
good.
that thing I know.
Although she's way too small, you can't see her.
she looks like a part of the scenery.
Yeah,
You gotta make her big like Joe.
maybe a fire or something.
I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll be
Joe,
Yeah.
just deal with
No,
it.
I'm really okay. I knew exactly where we were just by the words he used. I don't know why you guys are lost.
Oh lord. Yeah, we weren't.
Is the fire better?
Yeah.
Super duper.
Like, there's a dude.
That seems more appropriate.
Yeah, since we're in a new town.
We'll just start making fire trails all along wherever you guys
So
go.
are we burning down the town?
It's always an option.
Yeah,
So we need to establish this before we go in, or are we just
No,
gonna kind of play it by
no,
ear?
It comes naturally.
But it's an option on the table.
Yes.
But we don't talk about it out loud. It
Yeah.
just happens.
Yeah,
It ruins the magic.
I feel like in the middle of meeting important people from the town, Van would be like, "So are we gonna burn down this one too?"
No, we just started lighting it on fire.
I mean, honestly, that sounds right.
Can I create flame? Is that something I can learn? Let me see.
I love it. You
So-
burn down one end and you're labeled.
I know, right? That happened like 2 years
That
ago.
happens. That's kind of
So as we're
It's only
walking,
3 months.
fire.
Just like the window breaking.
as we're walking to the temple, Renlith is keeping a watchful eye on people that we pass because he's confused as to why there is a village here.
Dude, stop staring. It's creepy.
Not staring.
Flame
Joe's
strike.
trying to get-
Flame
Joe's trying to
strike.
get a sense of races.
So
like
you're
the race
you're
leader.
staring at people, not talking to them, you're just looking at them?
Right.
All right, give me a perception check.
Can do. Okay, that's pretty decent.
You're making everyone
16.
uncomfortable.
All right, you're looking around and where are you guys going? You guys
Temple.
Okay, so you're going south across the ridge.
Yeah, no, we're gonna swim.
I don't know.
So as you guys head north through the docks district, there's some open area around here, and there's a lot of people mulling about. There looks to be a large cauldron set up.
Taylor's getting attacked.
There's a cauldron set up with a bunch of people around it. It looks like there's a old man who is tending to a cauldron of maybe fish soup. It has a very strong smell of fish and just broth. And there's a big fire around it, covers about half the cauldron. And the guy's got a metal ladle, and the ladle's been sitting. You see him walk up to the pot, and he kind of leans over the pot, and he grabs the metal rim of the pot with one hand, and then he grabs the ladle, and he starts moving about. And you see them kind of lean over, and you can see that there's just steam rising in his face, and he just smells it strongly. He says this, and you kind of hear him say something about how it's a good quality broth or something like that.
I will beeline straight to the guy with the soup.
Okay.
Be careful. He doesn't feel pain.
Neither does man.
It's an illusion.
What kind of soup is this?
Fish soup, fish head soup.
Is it like turtle soup?
Just said fish head soup.
So is it the same kind
Nobody
of...
eats turtles.
Never mind. How much?
Are you a worker?
No, but I'll pay for it.
Whenever the workers are done, you can have some of the leftovers.
Why don't I just give you money now and you give me soup?
Because there may not be enough for the workers.
How many workers do you have? That's a very large pot of
There's
soup.
a lot of people who are about the dock, and they drink. They gotta eat a lot.
So you feed everybody here?
While he's distracted, I put my straw in the cauldron.
Well, sure.
Is there someplace I can buy food?
Well, sure.
Van, we got a schedule.
Okay, let's go. I'm just gonna walk away. You fucking idiot.
Chuck him a loaf of bread.
Goddamn yokels.
Come back in an hour, and you can have the leftovers.
I'm gonna burn him down to the ground. I'm gonna burn this entire village to the ground.
Did it feel hot to you when you were next to it?
Did it?
You can feel the heat.
Yeah? Why?
That dude just put his bare hand on the metal cauldron. Held it. It
He's
was
got
like,
old man calluses.
mm,
Yeah, you ever worked the line in the kitchen? Or worse,
have you?
Have you not?
No, I was front.
What's this kitchen?
So, hey guys, what's can we go, please?
So you guys
We
keep
can be there.
Yeah,
You guys keep heading over, and at the base of the bridge, there's maybe a teenage boy, 13, 14. He's fishing off the edge of the bridge right there, and as he pulls back his fishing pole, and you can see that the hook is flying up, and it's flying like directly at his face, and it's about to hit his eye, and then he notices it for like a split second, and he kind of dodges just a little bit, and the hook flies just past him, and then it flies directly past him, and somehow like he just narrowly escaped a horrible fate of getting a hook in an eye, and he goes back to fishing. Doesn't even phase him.
I get the feeling that nothing bad happens here.
Dude, you almost got hooked in the eye.
Well, we can, so that can't be true.
Well, okay,
We did come here.
What happens if you get hooked in the eye, man? You gotta be careful.
here happened.
Okay. I don't like these people who need to leave.
Well, we'll talk to the turtle priests first.
Oh yeah, turtles. Let's go see turtles. I want to see turtles.
How old? I'm gonna ask the kid. How old are you?
I think I'm 14.
Okay.
How old are
Years
you?
old?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm like 75 in orc years.
What's in work?
You know, the green guys. Nah, I'm not gonna get into it. Let's go, guys.
Ask him to take his hat off.
All right, you guys make your way across the bridge. As you get to the edge of the bridge, there is
Are
a.
they all human? Sorry.
So far, everyone you've seen looks human. Yeah.
Like Norse looking?
No, they're
Or
all.
I guess perhaps what I mean is like Aryan looking.
No, they're all
Less
fairly.
racist.
They.
just testing the waters here.
Okay, yes.
Let's see what we're into.
No one here looks like you.
They're all pretty fair skinned.
Okay. All right.
Like even the fishermen, they're fair skinned.
Okay.
Oh, they're gonna make Renless sleep in the barn.
You know what? That's probably going to be preferable to whatever else is happening.
At the edge of the bridge, there's a man, maybe late 30s, who is dressed in a green tunic and very high boots. And he's got a sickle with him, and he kind of eyes you.
Sickle?
A sickle.
Like death?
No,
Like a scythe.
Like farming.
Like a,
No, like
a
a
sickle is like a half crescent moon farming implement on a handle.
Oh, got it. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
And he kind of looks at you as you walk up, and there's a pendant around his neck, and he says, "You don't look familiar.
Neither do you.
Out of the way, Peck!
My name is not Peck.
I like that name though.
I'm an initiate
Of
of
what?
the temple,
Oh.
and I guard this bridge
Oh dear.
against strangers.
I'm definitely
You
not
get strangers very often?
We don't.
Which side of the bridge do you guard?
This side of the bridge.
Are you a troll?
No, I told you I'm an initiate.
I'm gonna go ahead and just walk.
Use your riddle.
Yeah.
Sir, no strangers on the Isle of the Gods.
I'm gonna spend a key point and double my movement speed and just
Oh.
run right by him.
Damn it,
Hold on a
Van.
second. Dang it.
I'm here to see the temple.
All we had to do was tell him our names so we weren't strangers anymore.
You just had to sign in.
All right, you break into a run as you go past him, and the guy just screams out, "Stranger on the island of the gods!"
Stranger
Is
danger.
it the whole island or just? Yeah. I kind of want to cast silence.
The area around you breaks out into a large, loud commotion.
Let's just say we don't know him.
Yeah, I don't
And
know what you.
But who is that guy? Damn, he,
We're all
That's
just
crazy.
standing.
people,
now we're just like, what?
this large building in the center of the area, people start pouring out of it a few seconds later,
Okay.
and they're like,
Oh, look, you knew this was going to happen. Look at the board.
So I'm going to use Furbolg magic to become invisible,
"Okay,
and then I'm going to use disguise, Furbolg disguise. Let me just double check I can do this. I can use it X number of times. Yeah, okay, I can do this.
So, do we tell him that he has a mental handicap? Or,
We don't know who that was. We didn't see anyone.
I'm going to use Furbolg magic to become invisible, and then I'm going to
we'll
use
chase him down
disguise
too. We got
self.
him.
You
yeah.
look like one of the sailors I saw on the boat,
okay."
and then I should pop back into existence near a crowd.
There are no crowds. The only people on this island are people in green tunics and robes.
Then I will make myself look like one of them.
Okay.
So Renlith just steps up to this sickle wielding guard of nothing.
He's now flipping out. "One of you disappeared. No one else passed." And
When you say one of us,
there were 5 of you. Now there's 4.
I should have been one of the trickster clerics.
What? 5? 1, 2, 3.
Silly,
No, just us.
They're silly too.
so yeah.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
Listen, we just want to talk to some clerics.
I'm an initiate. You can talk to me, but you cannot step foot on the island as a stranger.
Well, we're not strangers anymore.
You are still strangers.
My name's Kabar.
I do not recognize you. You are not from the town.
What's your name? Peck?
No,
I thought that's what
that's what your friend that disappeared said. See,
friend.
Don't
You were
throw
talking
around the F word.
my name is
Associate.
my name
Worst
is
place.
Initiate Lyther Schwarzenberger.
Oh dear God.
Come again?
I'm so glad I saw
My name is Initiate Lyther Schwarzenberger.
Okay. So we are not interested in talking. Schwarzenberger, we aren't
It's not
really.
working.
Initiate Schwarzenberger.
He's very close to being disintegrated.
I think my helmet's malfunctioning. Ting ting.
You
I just picture Kamar standing there going,
Damn it. Ting ting.
you run along and
Schwarzenegger.
fetch someone who's in charge, because I'm done speaking with you.
I can't leave the bridge. It's my duty.
oh, you have the new
I'll
pilot.
get it for you.
Your duty
It's to go get the sergeant.
is to go and get whoever is in charge now, or
No.
else you are going to be in big trouble. Once they find out who we are and why we are here,
You're strangers. If you want access to the Temple of the Gods, you need to go talk to someone on the main island.
holy shit. Who?
Well, you could try talking to the Lord of Myst Manor, but
I thought he was up there.
where? Where are you pointing?
That building in the.
Oh, no, the Lord of Myst Manor is on the north side of the island,
Oh.
in the manor. Otherwise, you could try talking to one of the keepers of the Greenstone.
Yeah, we'll go there. Thanks for nothing.
This place is like
Yeah,
the,
thanks.
You're welcome.
this place is like the DMV.
Right?
Get a real sword, dude.
What?
So we leave Vans behind. Start walking towards the guardian of the green thing.
Celia waves on her
He'll
way
catch up.
as she leaves. She waves at the guy,
Yeah.
which confuses him more.
Schwarzenberger.
What's the gender differential here?
The what?
Give me the demographics.
Yeah,
Can you give me last year's census
Can
report?
you give me the CIA paper on this?
Are you asking that the DM or this
also, how
guy?
many are Republican?
Are you asking the DM
How many females?
or Initiate
Yes.
Schwarzenberger?
Joe wants to know how many ladies he's seen.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure we're really far away from him at this point.
give me a perception check.
But yeah, no, like,
27. Okay.
Jesus
There were
Christ.
not very many females on the dock area, but you did see a good number of obvious females, longer hair, finer features that were on the Temple of the Gods,
Oh yeah,
That's
bro.
flooding out of the area.
Sick. Ladies.
Girls. okay.
All
So
right.
it's not like a man-only island or anything like that.
No, yeah, it's not man only so far. All right, so you guys go back across the bridge.
If the man-only islands we're knowing about when we have Celia with them.
Van,
And Kamar.
one of the
Hey.
people next to you stares at you and says, "Get your weapon out! We've got to find this person.
Fetching? I don't know.
I should have pat myself down. I think I forgot it.
Back to the rectory. Find one."
I went off.
He points at the building in the center of the island.
I assumed the building they came out of is
Yeah.
the one he was talking
Yeah.
about.
But other than that, there's a bunch of people that are fanning out, looking around the grounds for you.
I will go back deeper inside the temple and just kind of look around for the armory.
Okay. You walk into the room or the building, and it's basically like a large house as you walk into it.
So it's a big open space.
It's a long hallway.
Sure.
Further on, you can see like a general sitting area, it looks like. There are rooms going off in different areas, but for the most part, it looks like a large normal
Are the
building.
doors open?
There's a door on the left that is open, and there's basically what looks like an armory. There's a bunch of shelves, and there are also racks lined with different, mostly bludgeoning weapons. None of them are like martial weapons. They're all very simple. Sickles. There's some like threshing flails. There are quarterstaves, clubs, things like that.
I'll go grab a flail.
Okay, threshing flail.
Kinky. What is that?
It's basically, it's not a war flail, like designed to deal damage. It's got multiple heads, and it's used to basically thrash away grain and things
If
like
you
that.
hit somebody with it, it hurt though.
It,
Right?
yeah, it would hurt, but it's not going to be like D8
Really
damage like a
smart.
normal flail. It's going to be like D4.
My fists do D4.
Well, you're also a monk. You're trained.
Is there anything in there that would look like I could make use of as a monk?
Quarterstaff?
I have a badass quarterstaff already.
What are you trying to do? Kill someone?
I don't. Maybe. I'm not ruling it out.
We just got here.
Look, a quick cursory look. Quarterstaff is the most dangerous item on that in this room,
I'll grab a quarterstaff.
unless you want one of the sickles, which is less dangerous but sharp.
I will grab the quarterstaff and bolt out the front door and make my way towards the bridge.
Okay. When you get to the bridge, the initiate that you you basically bolted past is talking to another cleric, but your friends are nowhere to be found.
I will continue walking into town.
As you walk across the bridge, one of them hails you and says, "Wait, we need everyone here. Come back. We have to search for this person."
I will pretend like is it busy on the bridge?
No.
No. Fuck.
The only person between you and you and the edge of the bridge is that boy who's still fishing.
I'll say, can't on an errand, have to go, I'll be back soon.
All errands have been suspended.
We're running across the bridge.
Basically, the guy runs after you and grabs you.
Well, he's gonna have to fucking catch me first.
Well, I mean, you're walking and he's running, so...
Well, it's the moment I'm getting further away, I'm breaking out into a run.
Okay, so he then screams at you, "Stop!"
I'm not stopping. In fact, I'm spending another key point to double my movement speed again.
Okay,
So it's like 120 feet now.
give me an initiative roll.
And it's, oh man, okay. 20.
Okay.
Oh, plus... every time. Can't we just have a normal day in town?
Because of the way you act.
Because of you.
We were having a normal day
You're
in
the
town.
reason. 21 total initiative.
Okay, what do you want? Are you just running as fast as you can, or are you going to try to dodge into an alley and...
I'm going to run across... Where is he by the fire thing right there?
Well, I mean, these guys are actually, like, more over here now.
Okay.
But you guys, you're, like, out here now.
Where is he?
He's behind you.
Okay, I want to duck into between those buildings, kind of up north,
Okay.
and then immediately drop my disguise.
All right, give me a stealth check.
Stealth check.
See if you can duck and weave him before you get in there.
Okay. Ooh. 9.
All right, you dodge into the corner or dodge into the alley and drop your disguise
I will turn around and start walking back for the direction.
as the guy turns and you guys collide.
What the hell, man?
He knocks back and he looks at you.
I look nothing like I just looked like. I'm like 2 feet taller and blue.
Yeah, but that's how you were when you were on the bridge and ran past him.
Oh shit! Is this the same guy?
No, it's the one that was talking to the same.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
good.
thank
Okay,
God.
so this guy's never seen me before. All right, fine.
Wait, it's you!
What are you talking
How
about?
did you get off the boat? He grabs you. And
I will
and
immediately try and
he
stop him from
pulls
doing
out his weapon.
it. I would immediately try and stop him from grabbing me. So it's a grapple check.
Ugh. 7.
Let's see. So that's 9 plus 3, so 12.
Yeah. So you pull him off of you, and he basically stands there with his weapon drawn, and then be your initiative again.
What is your problem?
You are the interloper, the stranger that ran into our midst.
Interloper?
I have your description.
What are you talking about?
Yield or be
Sickled.
taken into custody.
I'm gonna cast Gaius? Guys?
I really hope we don't have
Gas?
Gaze? G-E-A-S?
Guys.
Geese?
Okay.
It's geese.
Oh, geese?
Yeah.
What?
Don't ask me why. It's geese. I don't look at the pronunciation. It's not
Casting
English.
gay on that
It's
guy.
like
Celtic or
Celtic or
something,
something. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, never mind. That takes a minute.
I was just looking up because I
Yeah.
was pretty sure that was a long spell.
It is.
So what else you can do? Unless you want to start casting that. I'm good
I
with that.
cast punch.
I start casting a minute-long spell.
Hold on.
No.
He'll just stab me a couple times.
You could just cast geese on the guy on the bridge from the get-go.
Where were you 5 minutes ago, Taylor?
They didn't have a chance because he just ran off.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'll just let him take.
I mean, I should have assumed you.
So he takes you
Like, I surrender.
All right.
Prepare your
He
ass-kissing
grabs
apologizing
you roughly and he
skills.
pushes your
Hey,
head.
don't pull the hair. I'll come on peacefully. You don't have to grab me.
Sorry.
Let go.
He-
You're being rude.
Then he pushes you.
Quit poking me.
Quit poking me.
Stop poking.
Then he puts both hands on your shoulders.
So we can leave now?
All right. So where are you guys headed? You guys are headed to the town
You
square.
flex where you push me.
We're going to
Oh, no.
we're going
Oh,
to
no.
the Guardians of the Dream thing.
Yep. So you guys head into the
I
town
haven't seen that
square.
movie.
So the town
Guardians
square,
of
there's
the
there's a ring of shops around. There's a large building directly across from you. It looks like it is. Hold on, let me make sure I have it right on what it is. It looks like some sort of arcane building. You just get that vibe from it. It just has that ridiculous architecture type feel to it. In the center of there's quite a number of people that are moving about. Dozens of people shopping, moving about through the marketplace. There's some little temporary stalls that are set up. In the center of this marketplace, there's a large tower. You're guessing maybe 20 feet across in diameter. It's basically a stark white tower that rises up a good 40 to 60 feet into the air. And there is a door that's worked into the building. It looks like you could basically climb up through an interior staircase, you're guessing. At the top of it, you can see that this is definitely whatever is emanating the green glow that kind of tints the entire town. And just in this area especially, it's not really, you don't really have normal sunlight. Everything's just the pale green color.
So tell me, temperature-wise, climate-wise.
Temperature-wise, you still smell the salt from the sea, and there's the brisk air from the sea, but you're guessing lower 70s.
Okay, so on the sea, it was much colder than this, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because we're pretty far north.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a little bit peculiar.
Is there anything else like similar to what we saw earlier with the guy putting his hand on the pot, or the kid with the hook that almost hit him?
Give me a perception check.
Nat 20.
Nice.
20. I mean, you don't
Automatic perception.
I see everything.
You look around for a moment while everyone's taking in the sights, and you kind of look at some of the people, and you realize like there's one of the little market stalls. There's a guy who is working basically a little flat top grill type thing, a portable grill, and as he's cooking, he's putting the stuff down and putting his hand repeatedly on the hot surface for short periods of time he's got no protection on his hands.
What's he cooking?
It looks like he's cooking some
When we
maybe
turn
sausages.
off whatever this is, these people are going to have a hard life.
And looking around again a little bit longer, you see like two kids that are playing, and one of them
salted the ground behind
goes
us.
to trip and fall, and like at the last second they catch themselves and they are able to stand up with something that would have definitely involved them smashing their face against the cobblestone and getting hurt. It just seems like, just looking around, people seem to be really lucky.
I'm going to try something.
Okay.
I stick my foot out in front of Joe while he's walking
Okay.
to try and trip him.
All right. Joe, give me a dex save
Maybe not the best. Maybe.
Okay.
and give me a stealth check.
The best checks are against the other players.
What's
No,
that?
Don't use disadvantage because it's just basically to stick your foot out without them noticing.
A nat 1.
Oh no!
So he falls.
So when you go to stick your foot
Critical
out,
fail.
I die.
you go to stick your foot out, and
Stab yourself in the
Joe
face.
basically jumps over it, and you overbalance yourself, and you almost fall over, and at the same point, and you're like, how did I even do that? And you recover, and no one looks like
You gotta wake up earlier than that. Triple Joe.
it's like you just
Guys,
recovered perfectly.
No, I'm not.
I rolled a 1 and I recovered like I rolled a 20.
God.
Something is weird. There's like a plus 20
The
miss
sweet flavor of metagame.
to luck. No, just kidding. Okay.
So
Guys, there's something really weird going on here.
yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go into this magic shop to see if they have a circle.
I'm in a magic herb shop.
Something seems fishy.
Yeah, I think it's that.
Easy to
Renless just
scoop.
points up to this.
Actually, I feel like in the scenario I'm Scooby.
Are you guys following him into the magic shop, or are you guys hanging out in the town square? The town
Yeah, no,
circle.
I'm not gonna be alone. That seems.
Yeah, no.
Well,
This is like
there's two of you. So
children
are
of
the
the
two of you
corn
going to
shit.
go with Renlet, or are the two of you going to hang out in the town circle?
Oh god, they're gonna rape me and eat me.
Other way around.
Of course,
Ah!
of course, we're gonna follow Brenlith.
Has nobody noticed
Yeah.
Ben's not around?
We can't leave him alone in a magic shop.
Yeah, we saw you run off, and we're like, well, what are we gonna do about this? This
Just
just
left you.
we'll get him out of jail later.
First time on the island. What happens? Get thrown in jail.
He's
Sounds about right.
He's a big boy. He can handle himself.
Prison's
No.
gonna get real ugly.
So yeah, into the magic shop we go. I
Nothing
reckon.
bad ever happens. So.
All right, so
Right.
all of you walk into the magic shop. Van, you enter the town circle, being pushed and prodded by the guy behind you,
Yeah.
and he says, "To the obelisk."
Can I see them around?
Just as you walk into, give me a perception check.
Not good.
How not good?
Single digits.
Did you roll like a 17?
I rolled a 3.
That's almost a 17. Okay, so pretty bad, unless you got a good bonus.
Perception plus 4 is 7 total.
Okay, so as you walk into the town circle, you see a bunch of people walking around.
I would yell out, "Brother!"
A clue.
You're prodded, and he pokes you, and he
We have.
maneuvers you.
Oh shit!
He maneuvers you.
We have to know which direction they're in, though.
Oh,
He maneuvers you in front of the obelisk thing, and then he raps on the door.
Of the obelisk?
Yes.
the big one in the middle, the green glow.
And then the door opens, and another person dressed similarly
Is
to
it
him.
bigger on the inside?
No, it's about 20 foot
20 feet.
diameter.
So it's just a 20-foot weird hollow
As
space
you,
in the
as,
center of the square?
Yeah.
Nobody else thinks it's weird?
It's like
It has the green stone on top.
Oh, are there stairs?
yeah, there's stairs going. I was just going to describe it to
Oh,
you.
sorry.
As he opens the door,
Answer my questions,
there,
Dan.
there's a set of stairs that
Is it hollow? Who's in there?
There's a set of stairs that circles and goes up, and there's a set of stairs going down. And he
Down?
and yes, and the guy
So you see
identifies that you are a stranger who basically broke onto the Isle of the Gods, and that you were to be held until decision can be made on what to be done.
While that guy is saying all those things, I'm going to tell the other guy, like, look, there's been a misunderstanding. I'm a cleric on a pilgrimage here. I'm a cleric of Rasa, and I'm supposed to be...
He puts his hand up. You'll have time to
I'm
defend.
just talk over it.
You'll have time to defend your
I've seen
case.
Renlith do it 100 times. I know how this goes.
You get
Just talk
This
right
is
over
gonna
there.
go well.
that repeatedly. And then as you continue talking, you can see that the guy stops and he just stares at you.
Persuasion.
And he just gets really quiet, and he just stone-faced just stares at you. You can pretty much tell he's not listening to a word you're saying.
Okay, I'm still not going into the weird dark tunnel.
I don't
You will be
want
held
to.
until a decision can be made. You'll have a chance to defend yourself.
Okay.
He waits until you finish talking.
I'll hang out here.
All right. They march you downstairs.
No, I meant here in this spot.
No, downstairs.
No.
You don't usually get a choice. With that
I'm negotiating the arrest.
A crowd starts forming around you.
I have to be outside. I can't be inside.
Will you die?
I might.
Will you die?
Well, no one really knows forever. There's a good chance
Well, if
I'm
you
going to do something
if you start-
that's going to get me killed.
if you start showing signs that you're fatiguing and dying, we'll put you out in the sunlight on a leash.
Can I... Huh? Leash? Huh. So if you put me on a leash, I'm going to break both your arms.
Threatening temple.
Okay.
Goodness, so good.
All
To
right.
hold.
Okay, fine. Just so you know. All right. I will go peacefully.
They march you down and open a door,
How deep underground?
maybe 10 feet.
Okay, so not levels and levels and levels.
You are basically locked in behind a iron door, and it's just a natural cavern in there. It's maybe 20 feet big, like 20 feet around. Maybe
pretty sweet.
Maybe 30.
So
Wow.
it's not 8x4.
It's slightly damp and it's pretty cool, like cold.
Pretty sweet.
Is there anything in here?
There's some lichen, some water dripping, and it's dark. There's no light sources.
Dank and moist.
I
It's
start
it's
to-
mushroom weather.
Yeah. So while they're doing their thing, I'm gonna hunt for mushrooms.
Oh, I hate that word.
And there, once you have a moment for your eyes to adjust to the infrared vision or the dark vision to adjust, metal door, and there are some crates and barrels in this room.
I'm gonna rummage through them.
Okay.
Obviously. Are they old or?
No.
Go
I mean, some of the wood looks like it's a little worn. Like the barrels seem old.
Okay, I'll look through them.
The barrels
It's
look
like
like
a Danish prison.
the barrels
like an apartment.
are
A nice one.
definitely give off an alcoholic smell to them, and you can tell that the reason why they're old is because they're used for fermenting. So there's probably a dozen or so of these barrels of basically aged wine of
I'm gonna
Wine
tap
of-
one of these barrels.
various ages. You try one of them and it's not ready. It's obviously they're still fermenting.
Sure. I'm gonna find one of the older barrels. Tap that one.
Okay. You find one of and it's almost there. It's still not good,
Okay.
but it's like maybe another couple of months.
What is it?
It's-
Wine?
Yeah, it's
It's bitter.
the first one you tried was wine. The second one you tried, you were thinking it was more like maybe beer. It was
Okay.
more of a barley. This one, it's a little odd. You think it's a different fruit. You don't think it's grapes, but it's definitely some sort of fruit drink, alcohol.
Fruit wine? And
Yeah.
It tastes like it has a kick?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a kick. Like I said, it's still not completely.
I'm gonna
fermented.
find the one that's closest to being done and
Yeah,
just
that's the one that's
Checking
closest.
the bones.
get hammered.
You're actually thinking it might be some sort of like apple wine almost.
Fantastic.
And then
I'm
there's
filling
also
up my cup and just
there's also a bunch of crates in the room as well.
Got some Applejack.
while
Ready to
I'm
go
sipping on
blind.
an Applejack, I'll kind of rummage through the crates.
The crates look like they're like
The best
there's
prison
blankets. There's blankets in one of them. There's different cloths that haven't been spun yet, and quite a few of them have non-perishable dried goods.
What quality of the stuff is it?
Average.
Okay.
It's not like amazing stuff, but it's not terrible.
All right, I'll
Maybe
make myself a bed with the blanket.
It looks like
and-
they're all they don't look like they're I don't want to say old, but they look like they've been stored for a while.
Is the floor stone or straw?
Yes, it's stone.
Flat stone. I'll make myself.
It's not flat stone. It's natural.
Okay, I'll make myself a nice little bed with the blankets.
Okay.
And I'll next to the barrel and
Yeah.
just get shitty.
Right.
That's what I'll do till they figure
Nice
out.
dungeon hut.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
You got it pretty nice.
You guys step into the Arcana shop. The door on the sorry, not the door. The sign on the door identifies this place as Arcane Mysteries.
Ooh.
Not a good sign.
The whole place is arcane mysteries.
Come on, man. Not a good sign.
Literally not a good sign.
Yes.
You gotta do some rebranding, guys. It's arcane
logo.
mysteries. What is this? 18th century London? What are we doing?
He said not a good sign because it sounds like something that like a wizard
Oh, yeah.
would do.
You get along well.
Now that we're out of the
You know you're basically the same thing, right?
deep dungeon.
You're not
All right.
here.
So you guys walk into
You're not here.
Yeah,
I can't hear you.
You guys walk into the shop. There's shelves along the edges of the building or the room. It's a fairly large main room. Then there's half a dozen doors or so leading off of this room. In the center of this room, they're just basically desks. Maybe not desks, but counters. Counters. Like every couple of feet, there's more counters, and there's scrolls and parchment lining most of it. There's some beakers, potion vials, things like that. Primarily like alchemical or mathematical tools spread throughout. The shelves are lined with books, most of them very large old tomes. And inside this room there are 3 different individuals, 2 of which look like iconic wizards. They've got the robes. They don't have a fancy hat, but they've got the robes and pouches all over them. Neither one of them is carrying any sort of weapon. The other one is, and they're both males, probably in their 50s to 60s. The other one is a female, probably in her 30s. And she's also she's more of in a dress than a pair of robes. And she is running around with a collection of scroll cases on her belt and with a pack of scroll cases. It looks like she's organizing all the scrolls that are on the counters.
Well, I mean, at this point, Redleth just assumes that anyone who knows magic was going to be super impressed by his wicked nice robe and his sweet ass staff. Like he's
Getting
basically
more wizard-like by the day.
he's
Robes
basically,
and stabs.
he's basically rolling around like fucking Gandalf at this point.
But
fake
Gandalf with
Big
money.
beard.
Yeah, young, very different looking.
Gandalf with a big dollar
Gandalf.
sign bling
Yeah.
necklace.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god. I'm gonna get you a wizard hat with like
Vegas Gandalf.
the literal
No.
stars and moons on it.
He's Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Oh.
Vegas Gandalf. Just
Nice like old ripped Gandalf.
Gandalf. Gandalf.
So, but I mean, to be sure, he's impressive.
To be sure. He's impressed.
No, but
He's
really
got
nice.
a robe of magi, which is pretty wicked.
Is that a big wizard thing?
It's
The-
sort of. I
The
guess.
2 wizardly guys are
Kind of a big deal.
towards the back, and they look like they're in some sort of heated debate with each other. The woman notices you as you all walk in, and she smiles almost like at each one of you individually. She like eyes you, smiles,
God.
and then eyes you, and smiles,
Oh,
eyes you, and
Jesus.
smiles.
I'm very glad I missed this.
Let's get out of here.
I'm
Do
so
you have a
uncomfortable.
circle here?
She blinks. She blinks rapidly, looking at you. The
Teleportation.
town circle's outside.
Oh.
Okay.
Renlith is going to do so well here.
Thank you so much, young lady.
Thank you.
Are your parents around?
But
Can we talk to
maybe
them?
I can speak with the proprietors.
They don't know what the word proprietor.
I mean, I'm going to speak with them. Thank you. You can talk to Kabar. And Renleth walks past her.
Talk to him.
So
I'm sorry, but if you need anything, you can talk to one of the wizards in the back. I'm just
Run,
organizing
works.
things. Sorry, I'm going to get mixed up if I stop.
All right, Taylor, are you with them?
He is.
Okay.
Celia excitedly walks up to the girl and says, "I can help."
Oh, I forgot. Can't we leave her on the boat?
No.
oh, they're gonna be best friends.
You guys are going to end this campaign as besties. So Renlith walks up and just stands by the old bin.
They are heatedly debating about the moral repercussions of the use of magic on commoners.
On commoners?
Yes.
Oh,
Boy.
Renlith is so in his element.
One of them is arguing that anytime you use magic against someone who doesn't do it without their consent, it is something that should be punishable by legal recourse. And the other one is saying that magic is an individual right, and using it on others is their fault if they don't understand it.
This is
Yes,
weird.
that's correct. He says once that guy makes a salient point about it, like that's accurate.
And the guy looks over and says, "Thank you."
Wizard?
Who are you?
The name is Renlathian. I think at this point, Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, we have not had a sorcerer supreme here before, let alone a sorcerer. Tell me, how did you?
The flame reacts to Renless ego.
Tell me, how did you come to become a sorcerer supreme?
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
You just
Nick
add
Cage.
sour cream based on cheese. And
Don't forget
it's not that big of a deal.
Don't forget the tomatoes.
It's hardly supreme.
It's only worth an extra quarter.
I want Taco Bell so bad.
Oh god.
DoorDash.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, in big cities, Taco Bell just straight up delivers now.
Oh my gosh, I can get the new cheesy chalupas delivered to my front door. We order
I'm
from
gonna-
like 3 different restaurants, and it's amazing. Like, oh, you just want Whitney's? We'll just have some random person deliver Whitney's, and then Taco Bell comes like 5 minutes later.
What a
I don't
world
leave
we
my
live
house.
in, man.
I can order some tacos.
So, I mean, to answer, it's just like, well, I can tell you that it didn't involve books.
Yeah, you became a great, powerful sorcerer without the use of books. Never mind, I'm a kid.
Well,
You're not here.
That's not much of a help.
What would you like to know? How I came to...
Sure. How did you get here?
Oh,
It's like, no, I don't care about that. How are you here?
so I got here. I got here on a ship. Like,
Normally, we only see regulars here.
oh, well,
Regulars?
my compatriots and I got here on a ship. I actually came into the shop hoping that you had a teleportation circle.
A ship got here. That's surprising.
Yeah.
We haven't had a ship for
Why do you have dogs
8
then?
months.
I have so many questions. I can't.
For fishing.
Oh, okay,
Maybe
yeah.
you shouldn't get yourself locked up every time we go somewhere.
It happens in my own house, man. This is the thing.
Maybe you should try playing something other than yourself.
Furbo goes to civilization and gets arrested. It's basically Ernest with fur.
Oh god.
I love that you guys got that reference.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I got it.
I shipped because I didn't want to risk a teleportation just based on an idea, having not been here before.
Oh, you are a sorcerer supreme if you know the teleportation magic.
I do, and I came in here to see if you had a circle to make it a little bit easier for me.
We do have a circle. It's the town circle.
You guys keep saying that.
That's the first time I've said it.
Maybe the town circle is the magic circle.
I'm talking specifically of a teleportation circle, the runes and glyphs in
Oh.
a circle.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Magic.
He's
Okay.
using a lingo.
That's why
I
came
never
in.
studied that high magic before.
No.
Maybe
Um,
would know that.
And where is he?
Oh, Pellinor has a tower north across the island.
North, but on the island.
Yes, he has an island. He has a tower on Myst. Everyone who lives here lives on Myst.
Okay.
Well, except for the hermit.
Sure, hermits.
No, just one hermit. At least I think there's only one hermit.
Okay, right. So,
Most of these isles aren't really.
If you get enough hermits in one spot, it's a town.
yeah.
It kind of defeats the purpose.
The other wizard finally chimes in. Actually, there is a small settlement on the Isle of Vapor.
Why, pray tell, do they call it vapor? Is it something as obvious as mist?
Well, because they all have names like that. There's
Okay.
mist, fog, gloom, broom, vapor, and miasma.
Have you ever been to Steam?
Miasma.
No, there is no steam.
Broom.
That you
Broom doesn't make sense. That's just where they have the cleaning implements.
No,
It's the
broom,
closet.
broom, but not broom.
You,
And there's only settlements on Myst and that other one.
Yes, the only places that have large settlements are Myst, the largest town, and Vapor, and I believe the hermit lives on Miasma.
How many islands would you say there are?
6, but Broom, Vapor, and Myst are technically connected by a large land bridge.
okay.
I'm like,
And some people call it
Elbowing,
the Temple of the
Brandon,
Gods an island,
yeah,
but it's so
yeah.
small that it doesn't quite count.
just said 6.
What can you tell me about this glowing green thing in the tower? What I assume you studied it to some
Oh,
extent.
no. Only the clerics are allowed to study the greenstone.
And as a wizard, you're okay
It's
with
a good
this.
thing I'm here. Thanks, Eric, in this conversation.
I have to be okay with it. It's the law.
And who's in charge of the law?
The clerics.
Aha.
Those who run the Temple of the Gods.
But I mean, where are the nobles to actually?
Oh, the noble, the high noble. Yes, he lives on Mist Manor.
Right.
Where are
And,
the rich people, the real people in charge?
yeah, I don't understand how you're being confusing. Where are the nobles who are actually in charge of the laws, and why are the clerics writing laws?
Maybe the clerics are the nobles. Like,
Are the clerics the nobles?
No, we only have one noble family.
Then
Pellinor?
No, that's Lord Mist.
your town is very confusing.
Myst
Two
is a very,
outsiders.
like, weak
So,
And I guess there's only one noble left because most of the high noble's family has perished.
perished of old age?
No, they left the island
Guys.
trying to vacation.
That makes sense.
The reef got them.
The reef got them.
The reef got them. It was a sad day. And now
Only
only
tiny little Polynesian
high
girl
noble
around
Grover
running
Myst
to-
is left.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what is it that you do here other than argue pointless?
Pointless. It's not pointless.
It is.
It's important to push these laws or these ideas and ask the clerics to pass them as important laws.
Yeah, but they're not going to. They're clerics.
They might, if we can convince them that magic is not to be used against other people, or it is to be used
What you
for
should
it.
do, if you were any sort of wizard.
Wait, what does the current law say about this?
Well, the current law is that we shouldn't use magic against people unknowingly.
Oh, okay. I have no stance one way or another. It's just good to know the law.
But I think it should be used against magic, and your new friend here says the same thing. We should use
Oh
magic.
yeah, just because we're friends, so we get to see eye to eye on certain topics.
I guess that's true.
Kavar here cares more about potatoes than carrots.
Did you
But,
say
we don't let that get between us.
you like carrots?
So what is it that you study here?
Kabar just gets excited.
What is your area of focus? I see lots of scrolls.
Primarily, we study reading and arcane magic.
Can you tell me the arcane magic that you're talking about? How arcane?
Well, we study.
Is there a scale? Like 1 to 25. How arcane are we talking?
We've studied some of the old runes that were left on the island, but most of the runes are kept by the clerics because most of the runes are at the Temple of the Gods.
We've seen these.
I'll be right back. Joe is going to continue inserting in comments.
Okay.
BRB.
So we've had a fair bit of interaction with these ancient runes. In fact, we've come to meet, in a manner of speaking, the ancient races who wrote them. And it seems that we've now come upon a place sequestered in these lands that might be able to elucidate a little bit. So how do we get an audience on the island of the temple, or the land of the Temple of the Gods?
You could try talking to the clerics in the Greenstone Tower,
That works out well.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well,
or you could petition High Noble Grover Myst for an audience.
yeah, that's probably what we're gonna end up doing. But we'll try the clerics first.
What's the range on message?
120.
Are they within 120 feet of me?
Well, you could you have to know a direction, so you
Well,
can
I'm gonna
start.
basically.
It
Yeah,
might
sir.
be.
Anyway, that's where we're going next, because after this, Renlith is just going to be like, okay, well, thanks for the thrilling conversation. I'm leaving now.
So while I'm getting sloshed on
All right.
this Applejack cider, I'll be periodically sending messages in each direction saying, "Reneth, I got arrested. I'm locked in the big obelisk."
Everybody loves
Give me
to
a
complain about
concept.
Renlith until they get Renlith. Breaks them out of jail.
Nobody likes Reneth till it's time to pay bail.
Then you bail.
Gotta see how fast you're down and stuff.
God, I realize it's like-
How well you're holding it.
what kind of do
Just how you got it.
con?
Yeah. Con save.
Save?
Yeah,
Constitution
con save.
8.
8? You're a little sloshed.
Okay. I'm happily buzzed. I'm fine. I'll
Like, your sentences may not make 100% sense anymore.
so I'm fine.
So I'm sober.
Hey, where were the zebra cakes?
Where did you forgot.
Check your mailbox.
It's in the kitchen next to the brown sugar.
Try to email you one.
He's going. Where's he going?
Please let him come back with his
Well,
secret
watch
code.
it. How stoked would you be if he came out around the corner
I
there
would-
and like,
I would wonder
walk in.
where he was at.
Hey guys.
Somewhere with a paper backdrop of an office.
That would be
and a
amazing.
chair.
I'd love that.
It's a green screen.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't interact with the back wall.
Brilliant.
Okay, so you guys are turning around to leave the arcane study.
Taylor, where's your zebra cake?
I really wish I had a zebra cake I could come back with.
I was really hoping you would.
All right, so you guys turn around to head out,
I
and
that being the last decade was Daniel's house.
the scrolls are now very organized. That are all on the tables, and Celia is basically wrapping up, helping the woman there, and she seems genuinely impressed with Celia's help.
Celia, what was this?
It was a bunch of magic stuff.
Any of it seem familiar to you? Or
No.
just makes sense to you?
It just seemed right. So I helped organize it.
Cool. That's neat.
Maybe check that out.
They have a bunch of low-level magic scrolls.
Yeah. Anything unique?
Still.
That's.
They had some that they only had one of.
Which one?
They only had one alarm scroll, and they only had one firebolt scroll,
Oh, I get it.
and they only had one web scroll.
Okay.
I mean, like, unique. No, you know what? No.
Thanks,
Did,
Celia.
I don't
did they
know
have
anything
any
about
you
that.
hadn't seen before?
Well, we're gonna go to the big, interesting-looking thing in the center of town now. You ready?
Oh yeah, they're the ones who can get us into the island, huh?
No, I didn't see that. I'll have to see that when we go out.
Let's do it.
All right. So you guys head out of the building, and at that time, you managed to get a message to Kabar.
Oh,
Well, it still says, Renlith, I got
voices.
arrested.
No, not again.
Renlith, I got arrested. I'm locked in the tower in the center of the circle.
Okay, so what does it sound like drunk?
That's a good question.
Probably like the same.
Sure.
Ringlith, I got rocked in the circle in the center of the towns.
Rocked?
Yeah, is he the type of drunk that leaves syllables out or adds syllables?
It talks really slow.
There's definitely extra syllables.
He's an extra syllable drunk. That's gonna grate him.
You get a very drunken message.
I think there's. Did you hear that?
Hear what, Kabar?
Something about being locked up in the center of town?
I did. It was Van. He says he's not feeling very well, and he's saying stuff that doesn't make sense again.
Ooh, that's a crazy ability she has.
Has she been listening in on our conversations this entire time? Because that's going to be a problem.
It's fine.
I thought this was encrypted communication.
So that's where you're learning
She's
those
the
words.
NSA.
Is anyone surprised? I guess we should go bail him out.
Oh, well, that's where we're going anyway. Let's not bring that up until we maybe get access, and then we can bring it up.
Maybe we can ask or offer to buy the blue one.
Let's just do my plan.
Did you just buy me as a slave?
Shut up.
Or we could be like,
You don't know.
oh,
Quit that game.
So we walk up.
The new
to-
master's here.
we lost our special friend. Have you seen him? He goes through the fits of just running at people.
So that's how he says hi.
He has a
He's so good,
disability.
he gets easily scared.
It's like a deer. A big blue deer.
We'll walk up to the center. Any humanoid figures?
So there's people
That
moving
look in
about,
charge.
the normal commoner folk, people shopping, people selling stuff. The pillar, obelisk, whatever you want to call it, there's no one like guarding it or anything. There's just a nondescript pillar with a door.
Okay. I guess I just open the door.
It seems to be locked.
Okay, I knock on the door.
Can I send my
You just
familiar
walk in on
out through the
people's
bars of the
houses?
sub?
Dead.
This
Well, then
seems
I-
like public property.
I would have resurrected him at some point on the trip here.
I would have thought so too, but
Yeah,
it was glossed over.
he's fine.
Isn't it weird how they have a lighthouse in the middle of a town?
Yeah, this isn't a lighthouse then.
That explains the lack of light.
What?
Half
No, there's green light.
Oh, that's true.
Half a
Lot
minute
of
or so
green
later, the door opens and one of the green tunicked cleric priest things stands in front of you.
You guys sure love green, huh?
It's the color of Myst.
We've come to speak. We've come from far away to speak with you about Myst.
Okay.
We've missed you so much.
May we answer
There's really not.
or somewhere to talk?
I suppose so. There's not that many of you. It'll be a little cramped.
That's fine.
All right. He kind of waves you inside, and there's an area that's maybe 10 foot in diameter for you guys to stand at the bottom floor.
Oh, it's hollow in here.
Excuse me.
Great.
Sorry.
Can I hear anything?
So
No, it's a metal door, and you're 10 feet down. So no, you probably don't. And plus, you're wasted, so you're not probably thinking.
Wasted's a harsh word.
At this point, you're probably wasted.
I wouldn't
You're
continue
unconscious.
to drink it and just Van's out for another week.
I would assume you would. I mean, everything I know about you would make me think you would.
He'd
so
take the shrooms he stuffed in his sock pocket.
That's right. You
Or
kind of
his socks.
got distracted from looking for mushrooms too. Found something better or easier.
He's so drunk he forgot not to sweat. The LSD in his sock is starting to kick in.
So yeah, the five of you cram into the area, and he just kind of stares at you and says, "Okay, you wanted to talk."
Yes.
So how's your day going?
So I want to talk.
Strange, lots of strangers.
I
Lots
feel
of
like
strangers.
this is the part of the movie where the guy introduces himself, and it turns out it's not the dad, it's the butler.
It's just a lot of lots of strangers today.
So are you the only one here?
No, I'm just the one that answers the door.
So
You're
you're not an acolyte or apprentice, are you? You're
I'm
a priest.
I'm a guard of the Greenstone.
So you're a guard. So you don't actually know anything about them.
So you're useless.
I am looking for someone to speak with who is knowledgeable about the ancient texts, so that we can collaborate on what I've seen on the mainland.
There are no ancient texts.
That's not what my information
ancient
says.
room?
In the temple of the gods, there are a great number of ancient writings.
There are runes, yes, but there are no texts.
Well, the runes are what I'm speaking of. I've seen lots of them on the mainland.
Really?
Yes,
We haven't had many people from the mainland,
that's why.
so
That's why we ventured here.
strange that there would be.
Is there an adult we could talk to? I'm just kidding.
Can I
So
talk to a
we would
grown-up,
like
please?
we've learned a great deal. In fact, we have helped bring back into existence an ancient elf who can actually speak, write, read, decipher these ancient runes.
And where is he?
He is in a castle to the south. I could have him here in a day.
He's in Canada. He was only here for the summer.
That's what I was thinking too.
One crazy
She
summer.
doesn't go to this high school.
What is special about this elf? We don't
Well-
see very many elves here.
He's thousands of years old.
I thought elves only lived a couple hundred.
He was held in stasis for millennia.
You're just going all out, huh? Telling him everything. This guy doesn't care. Do you care?
None of this information is
Curious.
useful.
I don't know if it relates to the Greenstone, but
It does.
Well-
And that's why we need to collaborate, because I know things about this greenstone that your priests of the temple or whatever don't.
we know everything we need to about the Greenstone.
Unlikely.
Yes,
Listen, is your father in?
my father's dead.
I'm sorry to hear that. Is
So emotional. Sorry to hear that, yeah.
I mean, who else is in here to speak to? What we really need to do is
I have 2 additional guards and the prisoner.
okay. So
He's just, Renlith is dying.
he's
dying.
He's starting to like.
Incinerated. Is there? I feel like there's a vein on Runless
He's
forehead.
dying.
I can plead your case, and maybe you can speak with one of the high priests tomorrow.
Yes, please. As soon as possible.
Otherwise, I mean, I know all the information that high priests know. Guards have to be well versed in everything about the Greenstone.
Well,
That also, at this point, Van is now intoxicated, singing drinking songs in giant.
Wait, did we ask if the guards have the ability to give us permission to go on the island?
he just said that they can plead our case to go on. So no.
Everyone we talked to said it has to get permission from the clerics.
Okay.
All right. So
Well, I guess we can wait here a day. We've already gone through 7 days of not killing anything, except for a ship full of things. Yeah, never mind.
And we have 7 days till the ship leaves.
so where did the green gem thing come from?
The Greenstone came from the Temple of the Gods.
It was in the temple of the gods, and you put it up here.
Yes,
The Temple of the Gods was here before you were here? Your people?
the Temple of the Gods was here when Myst was here.
Oh, can we
That
burn
means
the village
nothing.
down now?
Hey, guys.
Yes. It was here before
This is
people
Taylor
settled.
speaking.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
We're
finally.
here for a
We-
crazy magical item.
We,
Yeah.
according to legend, we spent 10 years
Can this be a heist?
bartering
Standing up
and
Oh,
being
yes.
diplomatic with the Terratoises before they let us retrieve the Greenstone.
I already hate all these people.
The who?
Burn
The
the village.
Terratoises.
What's that?
The guardians of the Temple of the Gods.
Oh.
What are they like?
Yeah.
Avatars of the goddess Kyla,
Oh.
her celestial animal.
I wish people would just talk straight.
Is it
Like,
turtle?
It's a Terratoise.
This is all really, really
It
brutal.
never came up, but the only beast that Joe would not kill and is in love with are turtles. It just never came up. It was going to be a thing if it ever happened.
and it just never did, huh? What was that?
You know,
It's his turtle noise.
it's like it's cold. Like maybe they're in the room. Maybe let them out.
Well, If you could please plead our case, I think we have a great deal of information to share. In fact, I would love to speak with these guards.
I am one of the guards.
But you're not a terror turtle.
No, I'm not a Terratwice.
We want-
Only the high clerics may speak with the Terratwices.
Why is there so much restriction? What are they scared of?
The Terratwices.
What's wrong with them?
We had to spend 10 years bartering to find a diplomatic solution that didn't involve them slaughtering us when we went into the temple.
I bet you that would have taken me 10 minutes.
Oh.
Joe's just back there making what he thinks are turtle
They guarded
noises.
the greenstone, and now we guard the greenstone for them.
Oh, very good. And excellent.
And the greenstone provides its benevolence to us.
How big is the greenstone?
Not very large.
Okay. Well, if you could
Smaller
please,
than my palm.
if you could please,
But it's highly protected.
of course, by all manner of magic and men.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Anyone ever try to steal it?
No one would steal the greenstone.
Why would you ask about that right before we steal it?
Would it fit in my pocket?
The greenstone benefits the entire island of Myst. Why would anyone want to steal it?
Oh.
I don't
I'm just
know.
curious. I don't know anything about this town.
Plus, it could incur the wrath of the Terratwices.
Yeah.
You couldn't have picked an easier name for that.
Well, so I'm going to ask that you plead our case if any of the clerics of the temple need to speak with me directly for more information or anything.
What exactly do you want?
I want to speak to the clerics about getting access to the island to collaborate on these texts or the runes and glyphs and such.
Even if you get access to the island, they will not allow you into the Temple of Gods.
Why?
Because that's where the Terratwices live.
Oh, Jesus. If I hear that word 5 more times.
How big are terror turtles?
Terratwices. About as wide as this room.
It's not very big. I've seen bigger.
They're not the largest creatures. It's not the size that matters, it's the
Why?
magic
It's
within.
never D&D without dick jokes. It's like Dungeons, Dragons, and dicks. That's what
It's D&D is dicks and dicks. All right. Well, yeah, no, but it's very important. I think.
It
Actually,
doesn't sound important.
well, okay. Since you are well and knowledgeable and all that good stuff, so basically, we have information that, yeah, your island and this green stone is potentially in danger by forces of Terrasen. So.
No, Terrasen protects the island of Miasma.
Thanks. Well, yeah, if you could just, we're going to leave now, so if you could just make sure that the clerics hear our thing. Is there an inn here? Is there a place to sleep?
I think there's an inn. I know there's a tavern.
Oh, okay. I know you don't get a lot of visitors, but
Oh, yes, of course. Of course there's an inn. The Lifestone Inn.
yeah. Okay, well, that's where we'll be. If you need us, we'll probably be there. So
It's just
thanks.
outside the city circle.
Okie doke. Thanks.
So the second circle.
Renlith, when they said that the island of Miasma is like the Terrasen place,
Yes,
he start,
protected by Terrasen.
Renlith starts backing up.
Okay.
Because he's starting to formulate a very serious idea about the stones and about everything.
Okay.
So yeah, he's just backing up, and
If you're interested in going to or learning more about the Isle of Miasma, you could try talking to the hermit, but you have to find him on the island.
and he's out of the door now.
Right.
Oh wait,
He's gone.
sir, do you have
Yes, sir.
a furball here?
I don't know. Do you have a furball here? A what?
Large blue man?
Oh, the blue monster downstairs?
Yes, probably.
He's being held for- He's being held for threatening clerics. We'll judge him tomorrow.
Oh.
Unless you'd like to pay his fine.
Probably. What is it?
Just 10 gold pieces.
Oh, and they'll just like put him in the clear?
Yes, unless he makes another transgression.
Then what is the fine?
100 gold pieces.
And then for the
Very
third time they
reasonable
will do this?
We've never had someone have 3 transgressions. That would be 3 days locked up.
Okay, no, that benefits a lot of people. Okay. Well, I'll pay you. Wait, let me look at my.
Are those roasted peanuts?
Almonds
Oh, almonds.
with cocoa on them.
Oh,
Plain almonds better.
These are good.
The
because they're not
best almonds I've ever
salty.
had are Blue Diamond brand,
Sure.
and they put wasabi on them.
Ew, no. I just like plain almonds. Like, I don't even like them
So
salted.
good. They're so
you say
good.
platinums?
Did you take
No, we only take gold
Got
cards.
the American Express black.
You want to take gold?
Let's go
Silver. I
ahead.
have like 900 silver.
Let me just go ahead and pay
Silver's
the rest
fine.
of the other 2 fines now.
Townspeople
Alright,
can use
okay.
silver.
What is it? 100 silver then?
Yep, yes.
Math is
Are
hard.
you sure you want to pay this creature's fine? It's quite unruly.
Creature.
It's a fine, right?
Really?
Not like not bail, and he's expected to be somewhere tomorrow for like a hearing or anything.
No, if you pay the fine, he's free until his next transgression, which should only be in an hour.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
But hopefully he'll learn, because I don't even know what we do. There's no precedent for a third transgression.
Challenge accepted.
We may have to lock
Well, I mean,
him.
no one's going to pay the second fine, so.
Well, we'd have to lock him up for 2 days on a second transgression, and a third transgression,
No, yeah, that's fair.
I would assume at least 3 days. By then he
So
should know
here's
his lesson.
100 gold.
Third strike,
agree,
beat him to the
over.
mist.
Right.
Okay, well, 100 silver pieces. I'll let you let him out. I don't want to deal with that creature again.
Is Kamar still there, probably?
Probably. I mean, you're there.
Might need his over 12 strength.
Renlith is out of the door, mumbling to himself.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you.
I just assumed that you're going to the inn, but if you're not, then we'll figure it out.
All right. So you're.
Between me and Kamar, we have intelligence.
Yeah, he's pacing.
He motions you downstairs. Just open the door and let your creature out.
Alright, I follow his instruction.
Okay. You head downstairs and open the door. It's not locked.
Hey!
It's not locked?